Maurice Hawkins attacked in a Florida poker room. DGen Debrief exclusive with more details on what happened and why. And a top 5 all-time biggest stream cash game pot went down, over $2 million. We'll go over the hand and why it shut Martin Cabral up. Plus, lots of more on. Tonight on...
You're a champion.
Hi. I'm Ryan Depaulo. Welcome to DGen Debrief Coin Poker. Use the code RDP. Code RDP is the best in poker news coin poker site. Good. Lots to get to tonight, though, so enough with the shenanigans. Let's hyper turbo some headlines with a new segment we're calling The Short Stack. Get your armadillos out the driveway because the WSOP is heading to Texas. But don't tune up your fat cart quite yet because it's only a circuit stop, but this is still newsworthy because it's the first time any World Series of Poker events will have Texas Hold'em. In other news, the 2025 WSOPP has finally kicked off. Becoming the can't-miss stop each December, the WSOP Paradise Bahamas will run now through December 17th. It ends with the second annual 26K buy-in, $60 million guaranteed super main event. And your man, me, is lucky enough to be going. Last year, I actually managed to fire 2 bullets in this shit between selling pieces. Then I sattied back in. It was sick. And this year, the WSOP is having me as part of the vlogger program. Nobody really cares. I'm selling pieces at face value if you want a sweat and poker stake. And you guys can hate. I could sell these shits out in a second, all right? You ever heard of fucking Baby Run Good, all right? So you could make fun of me from my puns, but I'm playing good and I'm fucking, you ever heard of Do? A video went viral of a raid in a Swedish poker room. The Krucken Poker Club in Stockholm had its doors kicked in with SWAT-looking teams shutting down a €100 tournament. Yo, these guys are iced the fuck up, man. I don't mean that in like the 2008 black guy way. I mean that in like the hide your blood kind of way. I mean, I get they're running an illegal poker room, but this feels really like overkill and American. I think a guy just showing up in a suit and explaining to them like, you didn't get the license for the poker turkey. You cannot play the operator. But whatever, who gives a fuck? Hustler Casino Live hosted yet another crazy high-stakes stream called the $1 Million Marathon, where all the players brought $1 million to play 501k blinds for a 24-hour stream session. Lineup included Alan Keating, yay! Nick Airball, yay! Senior Till, yay! And Martin Cabral, yay! There were some insane pots. Great show as always with these guys, but the biggest one of the night obviously had your boy Keating involved. Let's take a look at this. The hand starts with Brandon opening to 4K. Wait, Brandon? Wait, you sure you don't want to be called B-Guns or like 8 Ferret or some shit? Everyone has fruity nickname. All right, Brandon, you know, cool. Anyway, Cunt Blast opens with 10-8 of hearts under the gun. Keating flats and the hijack with pocket 10s. Senior Tilt calls with 8-9-0. And both the blinds call with suited Jack X's. The flop then comes gin for Keating. Oh, that sounds like ejaculating liquor. Keating flops well. He flops a full house at the same time as 2 other players flopping trips. Steve leads out 1K, as is his move. Cabral just calls with his trips, which then peer pressures backdoor Blackie to call as well. They did a bad call, but whatever, for only 1K, I think you just save your money. Now Keating, he needs to get some money in the pot. They're pretty deep. He raises to 25K. Back around to the sober Pixar version of Tom Dwan, who calls a 25K, and this call makes Martin so horny now, sitting with his trips, that he not only raises to 69K,
69?
he starts 69ing his fist.
Martin puts in the 3-bet.
Keating has the nuts. No need to raise, scare them away. You can't believe you're getting 2 people putting this much action. Really only a reasonable choice is call. There's spades, but it's not on a paired board. You can't, no one has a gangster enough draw to go. Maybe can't go into spades. All right, now it's back on Steve, and Cabral starts table talking multi-way, which is definitely loud. He tells Steve he'll be his hero if he calls, and you could tell Cabral is still really confident in his hand at this point because he's being all fun and jovial, just made out with his hand.
What in the fuck?
If you call now, Steve, you are my new hero, I'm telling you.
And now Steve decides to make not only one of the worst plays by jamming, he does it in the lamest way imaginable. He reaches over the dealer and grabs the all-in button and places it down in front of him. I don't know, dude. That just makes me feel dirty. Like he violated the dealer. Like it's like going to the doctor and they just snap grab your balls. It's like, I know this had to happen at some point, but could we vocalize this here? Could we get consent? Martin's face turns from happy Lego guy to sad Lego guy when he realizes he's going to have to go all in or fold trips after 3-betting the pot to 69K. He eventually decides to go with it, I guess thinking Alan could be fucking around, and I don't know what he's you think Steve has other than a better jack? This seems a horrible play. Now it's on Keating, who doesn't snap call. He takes a second to slow roll. I mean, in hindsight, I guess it's easy when you see hole cards. It seems clear they both have Jack X, and the only hand that beats him obviously is Jacks. I guess he's just basking in it, fucking around. Who knows? I mean, it's still $1 million decision. And now I know I'm beating up on Steve here, but for no fucking reason, like a baby, refuses to show his hand before the runouts.
So can we show the hands?
Yeah.
You okay?
I'm not showing my hand.
You're on a fucking live stream and no other decisions can be made in the hand, and you still say, I'm not showing my hand. Literally no reason. You suck and I hate you, but you are obviously very rich and a poker enthusiast, so maybe I need you to give me a job one day. Actually, I don't hate you. I don't, why should he have to show? Anyway, Keating wins both the runouts and scoops the $2.1 million pot. Thank God, he needed that Christmas money. Keating was in line to continue his cool guy run good, James Bond type of sexy image until...
About half that much.
I told you guys about that
Also,
chair.
this jacket's a little warming me up and making me more comfortable. The fan
now
was a little too much.
Keating worked up such a sweat that after the runouts, he reveals that he's not wearing a shirt under his sweatshirt. A pure casino degen sicko move. Like, that's how D-Lash dressed when we lived in the Horseshoe, when he'd go chain smoke at 2 a.m. Like, you're too fucking jacked up to go to the casino, so you don't put on all your clothing. You just get dressed as fast as you can and run out the door. I guess we already knew he's a degen. Maybe it makes him cooler. Keating and Airball ended up the biggest winners on the night, making 1.3 and 1.6 million. Steve took the biggest beatdown of the night, losing nearly 2 million, and Maurice Hawkins got beat down as well. Oh wait, that's a new story. Sorry. Literal convicted and known backer, stiffer / scammer Maurice Hawkins finally got beat up this past week. Yay? The all-time WSOP rings leader was playing at a home game in Florida on Thanksgiving, which is the saddest sentence ever. That should just right there tell you how their lives are going, and maybe none of what happens is surprising. But yo, let's take a look at this.
What the fuck? Oh, hell no! Hold up.
Oh my God, dude, that's a serious fucking like attack. What happened? He must have owed him money, right? You talk too much shit. Like, this was destined to happen to Maurice. Everyone agreed online. No one was really surprised, but it doesn't seem quite exactly. Details have been really hard to come by on exactly what happened, but after extensive research on our own, we here at the DGen Debrief team have figured out not much more than what Poker News reported. We really did try. We reached out to everybody. We don't even know more than the guy's first name. The guy punching him was named Eugene.
Eugene, what the fuck, dude?
Sick breaking news that I teased in the intro, sorry guys. But one of the players at the game, named Trey Rock, gave his account to Poker News. He declined to be interviewed for our show. Believe me, again, we tried. So all we can go by is his, dude, this can't be the whole story, account he gave to Poker News. Here's what Trey Rock says. Maurice and I, we said we was African American nationality. No. Sorry, Maurice and I said we were of African-American nationality. Maurice was like, so what? What you want to do? Box about it? And Eugene walked from the 2 seat to the 7 seat and started punching Maurice while he was sitting down. That's the quote. Wow, Mr. Rock, you gave literally no context to the fight at all. That's like if someone told you a hand history by saying, yeah, so the river came in 9 and I lost. Like, wait, what? What the fuck? What happened for the first 98% of the story? Maurice, like, had to have been running his mouth all game for someone to respond like that. I mean, unless the guy's just fucking literal Klan member and as soon as African American came up, he just snapped. I mean, I guess in Florida it's possible on Thanksgiving home game, but I mean, Maurice was probably telling this guy that being white with tribal tattoos isn't a nationality, and then Eugene went middle school with it and said, well, neither is the African American, and started fucking throwing hands. At the end of the clip, you hear people running out the door saying like, yo, everyone has guns. You know, Florida's the Wild West. And the video obviously blew the fuck up. As I said, Maurice is the most winningest WSOP ring holder ever, convicted scammer, and a villain, and he's black. Wait, I don't need to say that last part. What does that have to do with anything? Now, last controversy he had, and there are many, Maurice did a weird-ass sit-down formal podcast with his friend. Well, how did he respond this time? If you ignorant-ass people knew I was trying to de-escalate the situation with a takedown. What? A takedown? You mean like self-defense or trying to break the guy's knuckles with your face? Like, yo, what a move, dude. You really put up a good fight with your face there. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Maybe instead of stiffing backers, you could sell scam pics and then you can really get into fighting. Now, I don't want to make complete fun because Maurice was attacked here. This looks like crazy. No matter what somebody says, you can't just fucking go to violence. The guy attacking him, Eugene, without knowing much context, is an animal. You don't fucking just hit people no matter what shit they're talking. It's definitely not true, but if it is true that all that was said to lead up to this was like, yo, African American is not a nationality. Boom, boom, boom. That's just like a race crime and this guy needs to be off the streets. But I don't know with Maurice. Maurice posted a video though calling out Poker News correspondent Chad Holloway, and Maurice is claiming Chad reported that Maurice got in a fist fight and that wasn't right because he got hit from his blind side.
So let me get this right. Chad Holloway puts out a fucking video that says, I got in a fist fight when dude attacked me from the blind side while I was sitting in the chair.
Kind of fair, but I mean, it was a fight. Then he goes on to say that Chad Holloway, who he's had beef with forever, is going out of his way to make Maurice look bad.
And then he said that I was running my mouth when the person who he quoted wasn't even at the game. And you telling me that Chad Holloway and Poker News not targeting me to make me look bad and defame my name. Man, fuck y'all, bro.
I mean, I don't really see that's possible. Chad is just reporting on what happened with wording you don't like. Sad to see, though, Maurice got hit so hard in the aftermath, he didn't even know how to use his phone. Chad Holloway did invite him on the Poker News podcast to hash it all out, but hasn't received a response. You know what? He won't go on Poker News because he thinks they're attacking him. I want to get Maurice on this show. How can I speak his language? He doesn't like Chad because Chad kind of gives him a hard time. I have an idea. Yo, Maurice, that's horrible, man. That Chad Holloway repeatedly keeps taking your money, making you keep it and not pay your backers. What's so fucked up? Fuck Poker News. Come on the DGen Debrief. Tell your side of the story. Some people are saying this is the bluff of the year, and it happened last week at the final table of the Asian Poker Tour 10K Championship with 1.1 million for first. The hand starts with matrix glasses, opening to two bigs, under the gun 2 with ace-10-0. It folds to the small blind, who flats with king Queen O, and the big blind falls. Oh wait, is that Dominic Nietzsche in his Sea of Asians? Wait, what's the guy next to him doing? Yo, Dominic went from giving RTA to an Asian at the table, RTA, to sitting next to an Asian at the final table who's giving himself RTA. What is he doing on that notepad? Anyway, the flop comes whatever for both players. Skateboard Asian checks to the KKK Asian, who bets 1.5 bigs. Then kickflip puts the check raise to 4.1, and the Nazi one floats. The turn is a 9 of hearts. Oh, good card for both players to slow down, right? No need to boat the pot up. Oh, never mind. They're Asians. Dude blasts 7.6 bigs, repping the jack. Now Motorcycle Gang Beard can't think he has the best hand, right? He's got a fold, right? I mean, calling the flop even was questionable. Nope. Floats again, and we're going to see a 10 on the river, giving the big blind the sneaky backdoor fucking nuts, essentially. Gin card, amazing. You got it. You did it. You fucking were blasting and you hit. So after having a big think, he decides to bet 18 bigs, or 1.8 million. His opponent only has 2.8 million behind. Now it's on Matrix, and can you call here? I don't know. Oh my God, he fucking jams. He jams. In a spot nobody's bluffing. This is so fucking sick. Does he know he's bluffing? Maybe he thinks that the 10 is good, and I'm kidding. This is so sick, and it gets through. The white hoodie guy ended up finishing second in the tournament and taking home 780K. That's such a good spot. You have to know that your opponent understands that nobody bluffs there. That was really sick.
What up? It's the Trooper.
It's the Trooper moment of the week.
This is Coin Poker's code RDP Trooper moment.
Oh, I hear that Formula One was in Vegas last week. Troop must have got some really sick footage being local and vlogging every day. Wow, good job, Troop. I almost feel like I was there. I mean, surely he's gonna stay and watch some of the race. It's like a super unique, cool event in Vegas. He's not gonna leave to donk off in penny slots.
Come on, come on. Three. Put 3. Piece of shit.
You know what, though? It makes sense Trooper would leave the race because slots are the focus. And yeah, 1 cent denoms are sad, but it's not as sad as teriyaki turkey.
What do you know about teriyaki turkey?
I'd like to see him on the upswing.
Make the booty bounce on the dance floor.
Now, he doesn't deserve any applause. He called with King Jack.